What is going on, everybody? I'm back here with another video. It's been a long time, it feels like. It's been since like May, but it feels like it's really been since like the Super Bowl. Um, I'm back here with another video, that's all I gotta say. So this video is MLB second half predictions. Um, just coming at you a little bit late because I actually, just got a new phone yesterday, in fact. So I was like, let me just upload once I get the new phone. So just in case I have to log back and everything, it's all a pain in the ass. Everybody knows that process. Go with that. So I decided to just do the video today. So I mean, really, we'll get into it. Usually, I will admit this, MLB doesn't draw as enough attention as NFL does for my videos. I have noticed that. But I like to mix it up. I just don't want to do straight NFL content. And it's boring. You know what I mean? Like, at least I want to mix it up. But we're speaking here about baseball. In 2 weeks, I'm heading up to New York. In fact, to the Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. That should be fun. Nice family trip. I'll have, pictures on not next week, 2 weeks I'll be up there. I'll have pictures on Instagram. I'll have a post when I'm done. Snapchat stories, all kinds of cool stuff. So everybody should know my social media by now. It's really my name in here, Nick Alberici. So, it should be a fun time. I'm really going for a couple days, but should be a fun time. So let's just get into it. I want to make this simple, like a 15-minute video for you guys. I'm going to go over the same stuff as I did in the first video of MLB, but this time there's some changes around, like updated odds, who I think wins stuff. And it's just my World Series prediction. It's just a second half video. We talk about trades. So I'll try to be here for 15, 20 minutes. But I'll start with like who I think won and lost the deadline. I think the winners of the deadline were probably the Padres, although I don't think they go far. I just think they solidified themselves as the best bullpen in baseball, if not already. They were before the deadline. I just think the Mason Miller trade that I wouldn't have gave up the freeze because he's number 3 prospect in baseball for a closer that he needs Tommy John because he throws over 100 miles an hour. What happened? You know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit risky to do that, to give up a top 3 prospect in all of baseball for. He's a star. Mason Miller's a star. Don't get me wrong. He's had a little bit of a shaky year, but he's still a star. But I'm just confused why he would give up a number 3 prospect in baseball just for a closer. But I still think the Padres won the deadline because a move like that, even though their offense isn't as good as the rest of the offenses, I think a move like that is big because what happens if you're in the playoffs and you're leading 3-2 going to the 6th inning and you have 4 legit guys like San Diego has that are filthy. That's huge. But the losers of this deadline, some would say the Dodgers, but I would actually say probably Milwaukee. Although I really like Milwaukee's roster, I think the Dodgers already have enough, and they have guys hurt that they know they don't need to do anything. That's the way I look at it. But the Brewers, they're 68-44, best record in entire league, and they really didn't do much. I don't even know. They traded for a 4th outfielder. I don't even know what else they did. I just saw they traded for a 4th outfielder. They got a backup catcher, Danny Jansen. Like, they really didn't do much, but like they're still the best team in the National League right now, and in the league. So I just, you would consider them the losers, but I just feel like, I'll go over it in a minute, but I just feel like they're still good enough because their rotation's nasty. Their bullpen is all right, and their lineup is just pesky. They're just a pesky team. So let's get into it. I'm going to start with the AL standings, how they are, and what I think is going to line up. I think this was the busiest trade deadline I've ever seen. But, every year they say that, but this year was really busy. So, All right, so let's get into it. I'm going to go over everything, and then I'll give my take. All right, so the division right now is for the AL East. So we're going to start in the AL and then go to the NL. Blue Jays is in first, Red Sox second, Yankees third, Tampa four, and Baltimore Orioles fifth. So this division's wacky. I had the Yankees winning it coming in the year. Now I don't even think they have a chance of winning this division. I still think it's going to be Toronto. They're going to win this division. I can't believe that they're actually going to win the division. I thought they're coming in this year. I got to rewatch the video, but I might have had Toronto in last place. I think I did. I think Toronto wins this division. I'll do the division winners first, and then I'll go over the wild card. But man, how disappointing has Baltimore been? I don't know. Is it their pitching just stinks? Their management sucks. I don't know what it is. The roster's underachieving. They remind me of right now the Atlanta Braves in the NL. You know what I mean? So I don't know. But then the Central, we got the Tigers in first, Guardians in second, Royals in third, Twins 4, White Sox 5. I think the Tigers they're running away with that right now. They're 8 up. The Blue Jays are 3 up, and the Tigers are 8 up. So, I think the Tigers definitely won't blow this division. Toronto could, but the Tigers definitely haven't won. And in the AL West, the Astros are in first, Mariners in second, Rangers in third, Angels in fourth, A's in fifth. The Astros are another team that didn't do much. They got Correa, so that's why you can't. I mean, Correa's overrated. Don't get me wrong, but they still did more than what Milwaukee did. So that's why I put Milwaukee in that category of losers. But Houston's pretty much up there too. Correa is overrated, but he's better than what they had, I guess, at the infield spot. But yeah, I mean, some people might say, well, the Twins are the losers of the deadline. They sold everybody. Not really, because they're sellers. Like, winners and losers of the deadline are teams that were supposed to get guys that did shit. That's what that is. All right, then I'll do the NL, and then I'll do seeds and wild card predictions and all that other stuff. All right, NL East. Phillies, Mets, Marlins, Braves, and then sadly the Nats. I don't understand how bad we are this year. I just didn't think we were going to be this bad. 44-67 is pretty sickening. The Braves are only 3 games better than us, so it looks even worse because the Braves had higher expectations. But holy shit, I don't understand. I'm glad we fired Martinez and Rizzo. It was time, man. It was time. But now we need a new manager, a new GM. You need to spend on starting pitching. You just need to open up our wallets. This ownership's the worst. I fucking hate the Lerner family. They're just. You talk about a piece of shit. That's just the prime definition of it, man. They're just horrible. I don't know what to say. They just need to spend money. I mean, there's young, good talent on this team, but they just don't know how to use it right. And the coaching staff will be all fired by the end of the year, whoever's left over. This division is tough. I mean, the Mets, every time you think the Mets are going to go away, they keep winning. And the Phillies, they're inconsistent. They look like shit against the White Sox, but then they beat 2 out of 3 against the Tigers and Yankees in between. So I don't know what Phillies team you're going to get every night when they play. I mean, it's just, this division could go either way, but I'm just going to, because it's going to happen. I'm just going to say the Phillies win the division. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. The Mets going to get on a cold spell like they did. I really do think this game is this division's decided within the final series. I think it's going to be Phillies win the division by 2 games. But I'm not saying that because the Phillies are a game and a half up. I just think it's just how it is. The Phillies, they always find a fucking way. So they'll win the division, but we'll get the playoffs in a minute. Then the NL Central, we got the Brewers, Cubs, Reds, Cardinals, Pirates. I think the Brewers do win the division, although the Cubs, they could easily be like a 93-win wild card team. So, at that division, I would take the Brewers and Cubs 1-2 in the division over the Phillies and Mets any day. I just think the Brewers and Cubs are 2 better teams than both. And then we go to the NL West, the Dodgers, Padres, Giants, D-backs, Rockies. Rockies 30-82. See, the Dodgers are only 3 up right now, but they were banged up, and I just still think they hold on to this lead. The Padres just don't have enough. I just don't think their pitching's a little bit weak. I mean, they don't really. Their starters are just weak in my book, and their offense is so-so. You know what I mean? But how bad the Giants fell off. Remember how hot they started? They're every year. And the D-backs this year have been a mad disappointment. They just forgot how to play ball. They just don't know what they're doing. I mean, they traded guys at the deadline. I mean, their bullpen's so bad. Like, the biggest disappointments this year were Baltimore. The Rangers are not really a disappointment. They're only still 4.5 out, but they're underwhelming. They're Baltimore, Atlanta, the D-backs, and then the Nats is taking a step better. I mean, they're the 4 easiest disappointments. All right, so now we're going to get into what I think standings, and then we're going to do awards and World Series predictions, and that'll be it. So here's where I think the AL goes seeding-wise. The 1 seed, I think the Tigers. The 2 seed, the Astros. The 3 seed, the Blue Jays. So there's my division winners. Wild card. Remember, so I think I'm actually going to go to the wild card how it is now, so I just don't get confused. All right, 3 wild card teams make it. I think the Red Sox make it as 1. They're looking really good. And I think I actually think it's going to say how it is. I think Red Sox make it, Yankees make it, and Seattle makes it. It's going to go like that. Red Sox beat a 4, Yankees 5, and then Mariners 6. I just think, I don't think it's going to change. My World Series prediction out of the AL, I think nobody wants it in the AL right now. Nobody. I think it's going to be somebody that gets hot. But I want to say the Tigers still because, like, they have Scooble. They have some decent guys. I just think the Tigers look like the most complete team in the American League right now. So I think they'll be the Tigers, and the ALCS will be like, what's it be like Tigers, Red Sox? What's the Red Sox just like getting on a run? You know what I mean? How every year there's like that red hot team comes out of a wild card, and I experienced it with the Nats before, but it just every year. So about to be Red Sox, Tigers in the ALCS, and then the Tigers will beat them in like 5 games. You know what I mean? And the NL will do. All right, so we'll do 1 seed. I think the Dodgers. I mean, I think everybody should maybe expect the Dodgers. I'll say the 2 seed will be the Brewers, and then the 3 seed will be the Phillies. So, really, I think, the Brewers, I don't think they have the horses to keep up all year to be the top team. I think the Dodgers will catch them. They're only 3 games behind them. And the wild card, I think it'll be the Cubs will be the first wild card. The Mets, I think it stays the same too, and then the Padres. So, that's probably the most logic explanation. So, yeah, I mean, and then the final 2 teams in the NL, I just think it'll be the Brewers and the Dodgers. I think if not the Brewers and Dodgers, it'll be the Cubs, and maybe there's 3 teams out of the NL I love are the Cubs, Brewers, and Dodgers. I don't know. I don't know who, but I'm just going to say Brewers, Dodgers. And it's going to depend who's hot. I'm going to stick to my prediction and say the Dodgers beat the Tigers in the World Series. I had Dodgers, Yankees coming this year, but now it's Tigers. And I think that series will go to 6. I think the Dodgers will get them in 6. I just think until I see a massive regression from the Dodgers, I just can't say they're not going to win. I know Phillies fans will be on here. What series are they going to lose in? Because every year they get worse. They lost in the World Series, then they lost in the NLCS and the wild card. This year, I think they probably lose in NLDS maybe, but the Phillies are not better, and they're not better in my opinion. The Mets are streaky. They're like a tie. They're not better than Milwaukee. They're not better than the Cubs. The Phillies and Padres are pretty close. I would definitely take the Padres bullpen. And then the Dodgers, everybody knows, is better than the Phillies. The Phillies, my explanation on them is they have their roster minus Schwarber, who's in a cost them handsomely if they want to bring him back. Schwarber, Turner, and Harper. Other than that, I just they don't fear you. You know what I mean? They just don't like. Castellanos is just he's just an overpaid. Real Muto, he's finally doing good, but how long is that going to last? His bat isn't great. He's a good catcher. He's a good defender. His bat's not great. Brandon Marsh, he just sucks. I mean, every time he's up, it's the same shit. He never does anything. Bryson Stott's a waste. They got to get rid of him. I know his Phillies fans are going to agree with me. He's a defensive merchant. He can't hit. Alec Boehm, in my opinion, he's just a crybaby. You know, I hate this place, and I'm not going to curse, but that's, you know, everybody knows what he says. He's having an underwhelming year. Max Kepler's garbage. They got Harrison Bader, but is that really going to help you? Is it really going to help you? Does he put you over the top? You know what I mean? They sent down Rojas. They have Otto Kemp up. The team, they didn't have a serious deadline. They got John Duran, but really he's replacing Alvarado for the playoffs. So, like, you didn't gain anything there. Now, if they had Alvarado and Duran, okay, then you'd have a legit 8-9 setup and closer role. But really, you just got Duran for Alvarado. So, and I think David Robertson's going to be the savior. The dude was out there for a reason in free agency. And in the rotation, in my opinion, you just have Wheeler and Sanchez. Other than that, Ranger Suarez, every second half he cools off. I have him in fantasy last year, so I know. Who knows how Painter's going to be when they call him up. I'm not hating. I'm just giving my perspective of what I think. But everybody should agree. You got Taijuan Walker. Aaron Nola is unpitchable. I mean, he sucks. I mean, what a bad contract that was. That reminds me of the Patrick Corbin deal. I mean, you're just throwing money at him, and what has he done? What has Nola done? You know what I mean? He's had maybe two great years. And even they were saying Wheeler hasn't looked good in his last, like, months of starts. I haven't really paid attention, but that's what I heard. But right now, I mean, Wheeler, he's still good, but he's on he's a little bit on his downer side. You could tell. Like, he's not as dominant as he was in, like, 21 and 22. And the Phillies' other thing is, too, they can't win on the road. Like, I don't know if anybody ever noticed that. Like, on the road, they just struggle. They're a completely different team. So they're only 28 and 28 on the road. See what I'm saying? Like, compared to, like, Milwaukee's 32 and 24. The Dodgers are only 30 and 26. The Cubs are only 30 and 26. But, like, the Phillies are only 28 and 28 on the road. Like, I don't know. But I know everybody plays worse on the road. I get it. But the Phillies, I feel like every time I look, they're actually worse on the road. Compared to actually looking at the standings, the Nats are better on the road than they are at home. I don't know. But all right, so now we're going to get in the awards, and that'll be it. I'll get out of here. It's probably going to go like 25 minutes, this video. But I think AL MVP, I think it's going to still be judged. I think Cal Raleigh, to me, he's a one-year wonder. I mean, he's good, but he's not that good. He's just having a great year. I mean, guys stepping shit. NL, I think it's going to be Ohtani. I think it's going to be the same thing as last year. I mean, how could you just argue with that? AL, Cy Young will be Skubal. I mean, Skubal he's the best left-handed pitcher in baseball. And NL, I think it's going to be Skeens. I mean, everybody knows Skeens is probably the future of the league for pitching. I mean, you got to get him off the Pirates, but you know he's going to be Cy Young. His records don't mean shit. It doesn't mean shit. His ERA, just like Mackenzie Gore for us, he's 4-11, but his ERA is in the low threes, or mid threes. So, records don't matter. Guys lose 1-0, 2-1. It's not their fault. It's the offense not producing and scoring for them. So I got that. Then we got Manager of the Year. Not Manager of the Year. I'm not even going to go over that. Not Manager of the Year. Rookie of the Year. I'm not even going to go over Manager of the Year. It's pointless. Nick Kurtz for the AL. The dude's killing it. Jacob Wilson was the favorite, but Kurtz really stepped up his game. He started out slow and he just started raking. He had like 33 points 2 weeks ago in fantasy or last week. That's crazy. And then NL's weird. I just seen Dylan Cruz and stay healthy, man, because I think he would have won. Because, yeah, he was heating up before he got hurt. I think it's going to be the Braves catcher, Drake Baldwin. I thought it was going to be Mizorowski for the Brewers, but he got hurt. So that, like, just takes it away. You know what I mean? It just takes it away. So it's probably going to be Drake Baldwin. I mean, the NL is pretty weak for rookies this year, but, yeah, I guess Drake Baldwin. I mean, I don't really know much about him. I just know he was a Atlanta prospect. I think they got him in a trade. It might have been, I forget what trade it was. They said maybe it was the Matt Olson deal. I don't fucking remember. It was one of those, they got him in a trade, I think. I remember hearing somebody say that. But, I mean, I don't know. I just think he's going to win because he's the favorite. But that's all I got. I don't go over reliever of the year. It's pointless. I don't go over manager of the year. I probably already did all that stuff. But there it is. I mean, there's my second half video. That's it on the baseball front until next year when I do my MLB season preview. I got to do every year. So I do 2 baseball videos a year, and that's all she wrote. So now we're getting the NFL stuff starting at the end of this month. I do my NFL season predictions. I'll have my buddies in there for that. They want to do it. They wanted to do the baseball one, but I told them, let me just do solo in this one. You know what I mean? And then I'll have you guys in the season preview for football. I'll have that come at you guys. Oh, the calendar's too small from here. It's going to be like, I'm thinking about doing it the second to last week in August because the NFL season starts a little bit earlier this year. It starts like September 4th. Usually the season opening night's like September 8th, like something, you know what I mean? It's like 4 or 5 days earlier this year. So I'm not going to do it the weekend before. I've always done it Labor Day weekend. Now I'm going to do it the weekend before that. So I'll do it like the 22nd to the 25th. Like between there, I'll have it out for you guys. So I can't wait for that. And then right after that, the following week, Labor Day week, we get into the weekly predictions. So it's getting that time of year, man. I'm so pumped up for it. Fantasy, all that kind of stuff. It's going to be a fun year for football. But I'm so excited about the end of the baseball season. Yeah, even though the Nats are dog shit, I'm so excited for the playoffs. I'm in my fantasy baseball playoffs. I already clinched. I'm guaranteed no less than a 2 seed in that league, so I get a first round bye. So, other than that, that's all I got for you guys. I'll see you guys back here in 2-3 weeks. I can't wait. So, that's all I got. See you guys. And as always, I can't really say there's no Skull Vikings or Go Nats because this is a baseball one. I can say Go Nats, which are garbage right now. But as always, enjoy it, man. Just enjoy the rest of the year. You know, enjoy baseball, enjoy the summer, and just, because before you know it, the fall, all that stuff. You know, the time of the year is not great, but the sports are great. So, that's all I got to say. So, all right, guys. I'll see you back here in 2 to 3 weeks. Have a good one. Stay safe. See you soon.